The stock market's at all-time highs. Do you think it's going to keep going through the end of the year, or do you think something's going to happen?
My opinion, not an economist or anything like that. It's not. It's just my personal opinion. That's a good question. I think, look, you have three options right now, right, in this market. This is the, well, you know what, let me just use the
Showing us
S&P.
some charts.
Yeah. Okay, so, look, there's a lot of narratives here that we might go into a bear market. There's also other narratives, and the people that I follow really are thinking we might hit 7,000 in the S&P by the end of the year. It's in this weird thing that it's like 6,666 level right now, right? It's 6,664. So, so you got three choices. Here's what I think, the three things that could happen. Here's what, in general, the three things that people think can happen, right? You keep going like this, right?
Okay.
So here we are right now, and just keeps going to the end of the year, right? Or you can go do one of these things, and wham, that's a bear market, right?
Okay.
So the third option I think is more realistic is he does one of maybe these things, like that, then back to like that, and then keeps going up to 7,000. I think it's going to have a pullback. We're coming into a season where the markets really don't do really well, and there's a lot of rebalancing and stuff coming up here in portfolios and stuff on the institutional side. So I know a lot of narratives out there are this, right? Okay, look, this is the old dotcom boom. See that? And wham, full on bear market, right?
Okay.
So there's some narratives out there that says this is the same thing. This is dotcom, this is AI. But I believe it's very different now, because this is based upon companies growing with no cash flow, no profits. Our boom right now are the high flyers out there with the huge multiples, companies that are like what people would think is inflated, are making a shit ton of money.
Unlike they were.
This is
in
a
the dot-com
different,
boom.
I think that's what the difference is. A lot of people say that the dot-com hype and the AI hype is the same. I think the biggest difference is the state, the fact that these companies here on the AI boom are actually bona fide profit-making companies, right? The story is much more objective here than here. This is all speculative, aspirational. This is really based on actual company performances here. And then now you also see the Russell coming back, small caps coming back because of the rate environment. So, and then the other thing I think this, I follow people like Tom Lee, Ed Yardeni. They both feel the same way. I mean, I'm like them, like glass half full, eternal optimists, right? But also the information makes a lot of sense. Like the AI boom is going to create more productivity, right? That's why I think you see like the job market is being stagnant right now because companies don't want to let people go. There are not a lot of openings because there's not enough skills, but they don't want to let people go, right? So I think that the job market is healthy. Economy is also putting along pretty healthily, right? The concern, obviously, some concerns is you overcook the rate cuts and then you create bubble situations. But I don't think we're at a bubble situation right now because like Tom Lee said, which I think really makes a lot of sense, is I track this AAII sentiment index. Okay, if you look at the sentiment index, the historical average of the sentiment is always like plus 6.5% bulls. That means a positive number, more bulls than bears, right? Now look today. You look at this. Look at this, right? This is August, late August, and then this all throughout September, right? The bears are in control here on sentiment. The bears are in control. Despite that, you have this, right? Despite the bears being in control, let me go back.
We
to
have
the
all-time
daily.
highs.
You have this, like going back to August, look, while this sentiment is all bears are in control, this is actually what's happening. So what does that tell me? There's more liquidity out there. This is not, now, if you were like back on the historical average, right? Like where it's already more bulls than bears, and this is happening, yeah, you would be concerned of euphoria. Bubble, the bubble being pumped bigger and bigger and bigger is gonna have to pop. And the pop is, one of these things. But I think we're gonna have to do some sort of pullback because, to me, you can't keep running like this. You gotta, there's gonna be profit taking, rebalancing, whatnot. There is gonna be some sort of like a pullback, but maybe something like this. And then back here. That's what I think.
Okay.
Mhm.